All right. This is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant, as always. And apparently, I'm dried up and gay. I'm a dried up gay guy. Apparently, allegedly, according to the old wise and masterful Elmera. If you check the community tab, apparently I'm gay. The thing is, I said a lot of shit in my last 3 videos. It's like almost 3 hours of content. In those 3 hours of content, I had a reply. And that reply is, I'm gay. And dried up. Dried up and gay. Whatever, man. You know what I mean? Whatever, bro. Like, hey, man, you're in the wrong business. You are in the wrong business, man. Like, if your reply to 3 hours of content is, man, you're dried up, you're gay, and you're in the wrong motherfucking business, bro. The thing I don't understand is, how come nobody was able to challenge this guy? That's I don't understand. Like, and I don't. That's not true. People did challenge him, and he had to, slow his ass down and shit. This is one of those cases. This is one of those cases where you have to slow your ass down, bro. Because dried up and gay is not a good reply to like 3 hours of good content, by the way, of intellectual content. Because it's not like I went crazy in the whole 3 hours. I did 3 hours talking about him and other things without going nuts, like, without losing my fucking mind. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Anyways, the thing is, the title of the video is Why Elmera is Successful. And I'm telling you why he's successful. The reason why he's successful is because he's a Mason. He might not be Illuminati, but he's a Mason. Let me explain to you why I say that he's a Mason. Because some people might be, he's not a Mason. He's a Mason. The thing is, people in the position that Elmera is in are usually Masons. The reason why, simply because of financial backings. And especially if he's the kind of guy that wanted to stay in the black community, he's more comfortable with black people and is not very comfortable with working with white people. There's a very high probability that he, through his voodoo practice, that he connected with Masonry, because voodoo, just like every other cult, is connected to some form of Masonry ship or Masonry hood, whatever you want to call it, fraternity. So voodoo does have some roots in Masonry. So since he is a voodoo practitioner and the community that he's in are tied to Masonry, he found the opportunity to get his jewelry store through the Masonry. This is the reason why he's successful, is because he's a Mason. If you think I'm lying, do your own research. The thing is, the reason why you see other voodoo practitioners that's not in all of those sauces is because some voodoo practitioners do have a cult, but they choose not to be, or they didn't have the opportunity. Because some, you can have a independent voodoo cult. It's not like you're in a voodoo cult and you have to be Mason. There are some voodoo cults that are not connected to Masonry, but if they want to, they can. It's really about, the connections you have and the people you know, especially in the voodoo sector. In the voodoo sector, it's quite easy to become Mason because most voodoo people know each other. Or it's easy to find a certain cult that might have more prolific financial standings or financial people working within it. Especially if you're black. If you're black, there's a very high probability that you might fall into that group because, well, there's things that you need. You know, voodoo is very tight knit. Voodoo is very tight knit. I'm not a voodoo practitioner, but I know this because I know people that practice voodoo. And some of those people are Masons too. They practice voodoo, but they're also Masons. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to get anybody into any trouble. And I don't want to, start trouble with the Masons. I'm just saying this because, I'm just letting people know what's going on. Since this guy has a very, very hard problem expressing himself. Speaking of which, Elmera is a person that does not trust anyone. Elmer is a person that doesn't trust anybody, anyone. This may come from a place of trauma. And this trauma caused him to feel like, I'm never going to trust anybody anymore. It could be a woman that broke his heart. It could be a dude that broke his heart. I don't know that shit. But I do know this. By the way that he's reacting to this situation that he's in right now with me, I can obviously see that there is a lack of confidence in himself. He's not as confident as he would like people to think he is. The reason why I say that is because, look, textbook immaturity, right? You get challenged and you answer the challenge. When you get challenged in life, you answer the challenge. You don't throw insults. You don't, yada yada yada. Somebody throws insults, you answer back with some bomb shit. That's what you do. You don't start throwing insults too, because that person doesn't know you. That person can throw any kind of insult he wants because he doesn't know who you are. He doesn't even know if you're real or not. You could be the fakest person on the fucking planet for all this person knows. So when you get challenged, you answer back with some bomb shit. You answer back with some content that be like, bow, elbow to the face, elbow to the ground, most electrifying move in sports entertainment, bow. You know what I mean? That's what you do. That's what Elmer didn't do. The reason why Elmer didn't do that is because of a lack of confidence, because he doesn't trust anybody. The reason why he doesn't trust anybody is because he lacks confidence. The reason why he doesn't trust anybody is because he's scared of what people might say about him. You see, Elmera might have a particular talent in something that maybe his community or the people that he lives with or around might find gay. So if he tells everybody, oh well, I can calculate, I'm really good at math and yada yada yada, and he starts talking about math, people around him are going to start looking at him like, you're a square. So he doesn't do that. That's the reason why he doesn't do that. He doesn't want to look like a square. He doesn't want to look like he's too smart for his own good. He doesn't want to be shunned by the limited level people that he's fucking around with. Because you can obviously see that he's walking around with people that are limited. They're not open minded. They're not open minded people. If they were open minded people, he would have no problem tearing me a new one. You know. But he has a lot of difficulty tearing me a new one because he doesn't want to look stupid. He doesn't want to look like a square. You know. So one of his videos, he says, only say 10% of what you know to your friends and family. If you listen to that video, you will see right there and then that this guy has an obvious problem with trusting people. Obvious problem trusting people. The reason why that's important, because this is affecting the YouTube content that you have. It's affecting the content that you have. Instead of dropping bomb ass shit, instead of dropping that ooh wee sticky icky icky on the O's and Mo's, you're seeing a whole bunch of bullshit. You're seeing people are gay. You've been put pictures of monkeys and shit. That's garbage. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like technically, you lost this shit. Technically, you lost. Like, you know, like I tore down everything you threw at me, bro. Like, your shit is trash. And for 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour, 40 minutes, like my videos are not 9 minutes. The shit that I talk about is not 9 minutes. It's like 1 hour of me tearing your ass down. No fun, no puns intended. No offense meant. But that's what it is. Whether you like it or not, it's still true. You got 2-minute videos, you ain't saying shit. You got 9-minute videos, you ain't saying shit. You're reversing everything I say. You ain't saying shit. I got 1 hour, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. One after the other, a whole month. Bow, 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 bow. The reason why you don't want to answer me the same way I answer you is because of your limited mindset. You're still in Haiti. You're still in Haiti. And because of that, you can't go forward. It's holding you back. Your mentality is holding you back, bro. Your mentality is holding you back. And you might be smarter than you look. You might know more shit than people give you credit for. But because you don't trust people, you don't want to get fucked over. You don't want to get laughed at. You don't trust yourself enough to think that you can get out of that situation if it happens. You hold back. You hold back, and little people like me run you over. This is what's going on. If you hadn't noticed, look around you. Smell the flowers. Smell the coffee. That's what's going on. The thing is, I don't know when it happened. Must have been years ago. You were with a friend. You were about to do something important, and he left you for dead or something. It was a girl. You really loved her. You were ready to do everything for her, and she cheated on you. It has to be something like that. The thing is, like I said before, that kind of mentality, that fear you have in people, is blocking you off of the realism. Because you see, Elmera is a 3D person. He's not 4D. He's not 5D. He's 3D. And there's nothing wrong with being 3D, because if you're 2D, you're very limited. 3D, it's still good. You know what I mean? You know, it's good enough to survive. You know what I mean? Like 3D, it's good enough to survive. 4D, You're just being launched outside of the fucking universe. So it's a different mindset. 5D, you got out of 4D. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Now, Elmer lives in a 3D world. Elmer lives in a 3D world because he chooses to live in a 3D world because of the relationship he holds with other people, with the image he has of himself, and the vision of the image that other people have of himself. Me, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care at all what people think about me. Um, there's people that are jealous of me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect me. Let them be jealous. They can be jealous all they want. I don't know why they're jealous, but they can be jealous if they choose to. That's their business. But Elmera is somebody that if you show jealousy to him, it's gonna bother him a lot. This is the reason why I feel bad about this whole situation, because Elmera is a little kid that has an umbrella and a blanket. His blanket is his ego, and the umbrella is the community that he's inside of, the voodoo mason tip. So he has this umbrella, he's holding this umbrella, and he has a little blanket around him, and he's walking around doing his little things. You see, tell me if I'm wrong. Anybody that knows Elmer personally, tell me. Elmer is the kind of person that you have to tell him at what time that he has to show up. And when he shows up, you better have something good to say, or else he has to leave. I'm like that too. But the difference between Elmer and me is Elmer does that because he does not trust you. He doesn't trust anybody. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. He doesn't trust anybody. So when he comes in to do something, and then he pops right out. Elmera doesn't have any friends. Elmera does not believe in friends. Elmera believes that as long as he does his job, how somebody asked him, the way that somebody asked him, he is good. You know what I mean? He's good. In his mind, is like, I'll have to do this. I'll do it at that time. That's it. And then he's out. Scoop. I'm out of here. There's no mingling. There's no more, no less. And he's been like that for years, consistently. He's been like that consistently for years. Doing a job, getting the fuck out. Like I said, I'm like that too. But the difference is, me, I like to mingle. You know, I don't mind. Tell me when your shit is. I'll be there late. And then I'm going to talk to everybody as if I was there on time. And then I might stay a little bit later, but not that late. Because I don't want to, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and an introvert. So I'll stay a little bit late, but not that late. And then I'm out. I'll linger. Elmer doesn't linger. Elmer pops in, he pops out. And the reason is because he doesn't trust anybody. He doesn't want to trust anybody because he's been hurt. He's a person that was hurt. Now the thing is, a lot of people think Elmer is some all-powerful voodoo witch god. You know what I mean? That's what people see him like. People on YouTube see him as an almighty voodoo witch god. But the thing is, the thing that people don't understand, that he's part of a cult. And I don't say that in a negative way. I don't mean like cult, like, crazy, you know, drink the Kool-Aid cult. Voodoo congregation is a cult. Any kind of congregation is a cult. Even the church is a cult. Um, so he finds most of his successes and relationship through that cult. The reason why he has so many clients, if he does have so many clients, is thanks to masonry. Because that's a pro in masonry. Being there's pros and cons. One of the pros in being in masonry is having the opportunity. It's gonna bring you more clients. They're gonna bring you more clients for his jewelry store. It's gonna bring him more clients. So another major success of Elmera is also the cult of the masonry group that he's in. The reason why I'm saying this, because first of all, that's none of my business. Secondly, I didn't have to say all that. But the third part is, the reason why I'm saying all this is because Elmera is so repressed that he cannot make one goddamn good ass fucking video to answer me with. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, he does that to everybody. Yeah, but if you look into it, it's not necessarily successful. He said it himself. He has to say sorry to 2 other people. There are more people coming at him. He's getting attacked from all fucking sides. The reason why he's getting attacked from all fucking sides is because he cannot defend himself properly. Elmera could be as good as he says he is. No one knows that. No one has. It's a fucking mystery. The reason why is because he doesn't know how to defend himself. He relies on his umbrella and his blanket. He does not rely on his smarts. And the reason why he doesn't rely on his smarts is because the way that he was raised, I'm black. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm Haitian. So I know what I'm talking about. The way that he was raised, the people that he used to hang around with, would diminish him for being smart. They would diminish him for thinking a different way. But Elmer has solidarity. He believes in the black people. He believes in the black people, man. In somewhere in the back of his mind, because that's also something that Elmer will never tell nobody. Elmer will never say that he's solidarity to black people because he knows black people and he knows how black people can get. But he's proud to be black. And he's proud of his heritage. So in the back of his mind, he's never going to let black people go in any shape or form, by all means necessary. So even if he needs to change certain aspects of himself, dress differently, think differently, he will do that shit. Because he doesn't want black people to not see him. He wants black people to see him. On the other hand, me, I couldn't care less. And I don't say that in a negative way. If you fuck with me, you fuck with me. If you don't fuck with me, it is what it is. I am on the road to greatness. I am on the road to achieve godhood. I don't have time for old, tired mentalities. I don't feel bad for having my horizons broaden. It might make other people jealous. It might annoy other people. I might look weird to other people because, yes, other people think you're weird. But the pros of being who I am outweighs the cons. So there's no way I'm going back. My doors are open forever. I will never shut the doors of the spiritual world. I was raised for this. I was built for this. I'm not going to let that go. Especially not for mentality that came because black people didn't want their children to be hurt because of slavery. Because you see, the reason why black people were back in the days severe with their children is because they didn't want them to fall in the hands on the wrong people. They didn't want them. Most black people don't want their children to go outside because they are scared that their children might get swallowed up by the world that enslaved them. Most black people want their children to become doctors, lawyers, and shit. Safe jobs. Safe 2D jobs. Right? There's nothing wrong with being a lawyer. There's nothing wrong with being a doctor. But you have to understand that in some shape or form, if your brain is not wired to be a doctor and somebody pushes you to be a doctor and you actually become a doctor, you're living in a 2D world. You're missing out on life. You're probably going to die miserable. Yes, you have a nice car because you're a doctor. Yes, you have a nice house because you're a doctor. And you're probably going to have a nice wife too. But you're a doctor. So you know that girl don't love you because of you. You know that you don't care about that car and that house because in the back of your mind this is not what you wanted to do. You only ended up doing it because your parents told you to do it. But you don't know why your parents told you to do it. And your parents don't know why they told you to do it either. They were just afraid that you would get lost on this planet full of people that are trying to hurt you. But that's in their minds. It comes from an old mindset. It comes from teaching. It comes from slavery. It comes from the Great Depression. It comes from a lack of jobs. It comes from not wanting to starve. It comes from a place of fear. But in actuality, there's nothing to be afraid of. You can do whatever you want and be successful. Shit, we're seeing it right now. There are more people. There's some people that are artists and that are more successful that make more money than a doctor. And they're sitting at home making homemade handbags. But they do what they love and it shows that they love it and other people love it because they see the love in the thing that was made with love. So they buy it. It doesn't even matter how much it costs. The person walks into the store, he says, I love it, I want it, how much is it? You say $3,000. The person's like, okay. Doesn't even care, doesn't even bat an eyelash. I want this bag. I just want it. I don't know why. I just want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. People are doing this today. People are doing this today. People are making money today doing the things that they love. People are doing things today, doing things, living their life, and not out of fear, but out of knowing themselves. People are making money today not because they have jobs, not because they work hard, because they're making money because they know themselves. That's why people are making money today. They're making money because they know themselves. Not everybody is making money because they know themselves. There's some people, as we have proceeded today, some people that are making money another way. There's some people that make money that's based off of a fear tactic placed upon us. So most people that are like that live in a 3D world. Because they might be smart, they might have some inspiration, they might have some intuition, but they throw all that shit in the trash because their parents told them that that shit is trash. It's really not. It's not trash. It's just because back in the days shit wasn't safe. You had to say, you have a First World War, you have a Second World War, you have a Cold War, you have an Iraq War, you have a depression, you have a collapse of the stock market from the 1970s, and then another one in the 80s. People jumped out of window killing themselves. And then you have 9/11, and then you have COVID virus. These are just fears. But once you get past the fear, once you don't care about the fear, then your life really starts. When you can get past all of your internal fear, not exterior fears like, oh, somebody might kill me, and like, no, your interior fears. The fears that you hold even when you're surrounded by people that want to keep you safe. You know what I mean? You know what kind of fear I'm talking about? Oh, I don't know what he's gonna think about me. Or if I say this, I might fuck everything up. If I dress like this, people might not like me. If I wear those pants, what if I drive this car? What if I buy this house? What if I don't mow the lawn? What if I mow the lawn? What if, you know what I mean? What if people don't like my music? What if people this, that? Always a bunch of fears that we keep inside us and controls our reality. That's a 3D world. That's what shapes the 3D world. That's what surrounds the 3D world. It's like a fence, right? It's like we're all living inside of a big ass kingdom, and there's a fence, and that fence is built. Every brick in that fence is built out of fears. All kinds of fears: physical fear, mental fear, emotional fears, all kinds of fears. Just bricks and bricks and bricks of fear. So as I said before, a lot of people think Elmera is going to destroy me. A lot of people think Elmera is this big dude. A lot of people think a lot of things, but I'm telling you, Elmera's journey has just started. I'm going to open the doors for you, Elmer, because you watch every one of my videos, and you're going to keep watching my videos. And I'm going to open the doors to the universe to you. I'm going to open the doors, man. You're going to walk through it. You're going to walk through those doors. You already walked through it because you watch every one of my videos, so I know you understand what I'm saying. I know you're already trying to apply some of my principles in your everyday life. It's just you're not going to say it because you don't want to look like a bitch, and that would make you look like a bitch, so I understand. That's obvious. You even did a video where you were talking like me today. Today you didn't just take my content, but you actually said things that sounded like things I already told you. Like I told you before. I'm going to open the doors. You're going to walk through it. And yes, you're going to look weird. Yes, people are going to think you're weird. Yes, people are going to think they're going to tell you, man, you changed. People are going to tell you, man, you changed. You're not the same guy anymore. I don't know this guy. You didn't say shit to that person. You barely even talk. This person's going to walk up to you like you just had a 3-hour conversation with him and tell you changed. People are going to be jealous of you. And all kinds of shit. But you're going to come out better. You're going to come out more powerful. You're going to have access to the real power. Like some of my clients already have. Like some of my pupils already have. Some of my pupils are reality benders. They're starting to bend reality. They're not there yet, but they're getting there pretty fast. There's some of my clients that might be a little bit, there's some of my pupils that might be a little bit, that might hand back too. There's some of my clients that hand back too. But it's going to happen for you for free. It's going to happen for you at the same pace it happens for everybody else that listens to my content. You're not going to destroy anything. You're going to learn. You're going to stop posting content that talks about people being gay and things of that matter and putting monkey pictures and shit like that. You're going to stop doing that. And you're going to start listening. Because the thing about you is there are some Masons that are on my level. You don't believe in Masonry either. You go over there because it brings you something. You go over there because you can profit off of the people, like some people have profited on you. So you keep everybody in the lodge at arm's length. Even though you stand next to each other and you having a sip and you're having a laugh, you still got enough mind to be like, I'm not gonna dip my ink into that. I'm not gonna dip my pencil in that guy's ink, or any of those guys' inks. I'm gonna just take my little sip, have a couple laughs, and then I'm out. Scoop. So even Masonry, you don't trust. Because you don't have the Hermetic principles. You don't have the keys of Solomon. You don't have those things. I can see that you don't have those things because you're unable to defend yourself against the onslaught that I'm bringing to you. So you're going to stop fighting because it's useless, and you're going to start listening. I'm out of here. Have a good one. Peace out.